Junkyard Junkie, back here with another video. Today we're going to be working on this 1994 Chevy Blazer. I will show you how to replace the upper ball joint, and it is riveted in, so we're going to have to air chisel them out. You can also use a grinder and cut an X into them and hammer and chisel it. Let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to jack it up and put it on a jack stand. We'll keep the jack on it for extra support. Okay, so these are 17mm. Some of these have caps on it. If they do, just unscrew them. But these don't, so we're just going to zip them off. So this is the two-wheel drive, and here's what we're going to be working on, this upper ball joint. So right down here is a castle nut with a Carter key. We're going to turn the wheels so we get better access to it. Remember to work smarter, not harder. The easiest way to get these out is with cutting dikes. You don't cut them off, you just use it as leverage. You're about to see me do it now. So we're going to bend them with our fingers first. Try to get it lined up. It should come on out through the other side. As you can see, I'm pushing it right there. It's barely sticking out. What we can do is get our cutting dikes. I pushed it back in. Get your cutting dikes, grab it, and pull. Just keep doing it until you get it all the way out. Just like that. To take this castle nut off, we just want a 22mm. Okay, now that we broke it loose, I'm going to use my electric ratchet to zip it out. Okay, so I'm going to be using this Ignisaw Rand air hammer with the little chisel adapter. And what we're going to be working on is, it's so caked so it's hard to see, but if you look right here, there's rivets. If you're lucky, someone's done this before you, and they all aftermarket will have bolts and nuts, so it's a lot easier. But if you're like me, you gotta deal with these rivets. I suggest cleaning off a little bit first. Looks like someone already tried to get rid of one. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 that we got to work on. Okay, so this is a sound warning because it's about to get really loud. So go ahead and turn down your volume. But also remember to use glasses and earmuffs. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we got one done. Don't worry about that, this whole assembly is going to come out. So we got our starter cut there. I'm going to go ahead and get a starter cut on each one of these. Okay, as a quick tip, if you don't have an air chisel, you can take a grinder, cut an X into the head, take a cold chisel and a hammer and just beat it off. Okay, so what you want to do now is lower your jack. You want to move it underneath the lower ball joint. Just take a little pressure off. That way it's supported. Just take a little bit of the pressure off. Since we're replacing the ball joint and not going to reuse it, we're going to use a pickle fork to get it out. We'll just stick it in here. And this little ABS wire isn't going to get in our way, but some models do. You may have to unbolt it. We're just going to stick that in there. We're going to bang on it with a hammer. There we go, snap free. Just gotta get our pickle fork back out. Okay, so now we gotta get those 4 remaining pieces out. You can use a hammer and punch, or do like I'm doing, use an adapter. That one fell through pretty easy. There we go. We'll still have to knock them out because they're not fully out. There's our ball joint. Okay, so if you look at the new one, you get the ball joint. Make sure it lines up and looks exactly like the one you just took out. It also comes with bolts and nuts. So what you want to do first is make sure all these holes are empty. As you can see, there's 2 right here that aren't. So we're just going to pop them out with a hammer. Might have to get a punch. Yeah, I might have to get a punch. So I'm just going to use this punch. Slides in our way a little bit. So that's one. I'll have to move this slide. There we go, that's two. So if you look down, right there where the ball joint goes in, you'll see that it's got a bunch of grease. What we're going to do is we're going to clean that up. There we go. Okay, so first we're just going to stick our new ball joint in. It should just slide right in. And we'll take a bolt that came with it, stick it through, put our lock washer on, and then a nut. So just reach under here. So you just got to get it aligned, pop it through, grab your lock washer, throw it on, and put your bolt on, or your nut, sorry. Okay, so what I like to do is before you get them all started and tightened down, go ahead and get all four started. We're going to let this jack down a little bit. It's pressing up against the ball joint. There we go. Same thing. Push that up through there. Get your lock washer. Then your nut. We're going to tighten them all down once we get all four started. And we'll get our final one. Having that wheel straight makes all the difference. Okay, so we're just going to tighten these down. I'm going to take a deep socket here, get on them down underneath. They get torqued down to 17 foot-pounds. I have my torque wrench set to that already. I'm going to go ahead and run down the rest of these first. That way I can just jump between them. This one's a little hard to get on. So we're just gonna jack it up here. That's going in there smooth. If yours doesn't, you can try to angle this a little bit better. It's not coming out through the bottom yet. There we go. So instead of the castle nut and Carter key, we have a lock washer. You can tell by the nylon inside there. It's got that little nylon washer in there. So just got it started. Okay, so I turned the wheel so you could see it better. This new one is a 19 millimeter. And we're going to go to 61 foot-pounds. Okay, so we have our torque wrench set to 61 foot-pounds. can feel it starting to tighten up real good now, so you know we're close. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now we're just going to put the tire on. Okay, so I'm going to just run them down right now, and then after the video I'm going to torque them down to 100 foot-pounds. And if you do torque them down, you want to do a crisscross pattern. So just think of it as go one, skip one, then hit the next one, skip one, do that one, skip, and then skip. Okay, so we're going to jack our jack up, pull our jack stand out. I'll just lower it down. Okay, so that's all there is to it, to replacing the upper ball joint. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.